What's going on, guys? It's Hayden. I hope you're having a good day so far. And today, the Federal Reserve decided to raise interest rates by another 0.5%, and the stock market did not like it at all. So yesterday, on Tuesday, December 13th, the CPI, or Consumer Price Index report, came out, and it showed that inflation for the month of November was 0.1%, and our inflation levels for the past 12 months from November of last year to this year was 7.1%. So the 0.1% monthly inflation is actually good news because the Fed's target for 12-month inflation is 2%. And if we were to have that same level of inflation for 12 months, it would only be 1.2%. So that's definitely a step in the right direction. This also showed that the interest rate hikes that the Fed has been doing over the past few months are working and we are making progress. However, we're going to need several more months of low monthly inflation in order to get our 12-month number back down because 7.1% is still way too high right now. So as a result of that report yesterday, today, December 14th, the Fed decided to raise the federal funds rate by 50 basis points up to 4.25% to 4.5%, that range. A basis point is 1/100th of a percent. So 50 basis points equals 0.5%, which is actually less than the increases that they've done the past few months, which have been 75 basis points or 0.75% increase. The fact that this increase is lower is also a good sign because it shows that the future rate hikes could potentially be at a slower pace. However, they're still not going to stop anytime soon because the Fed said today, and I quote, "The committee anticipates that ongoing increases in the target range will be appropriate in order to attain a stance of monetary policy that is sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2% over time." This essentially means that we can expect more interest rate hikes into the beginning of next year, and the next Fed meeting is going to be January 31 and February 1st. So what the Fed has indicated that they're trying to do is called a soft landing. And a soft landing is where the Fed is going to try to raise interest rates just enough to knock inflation back down to their target level, but not so high that demand goes too low and then unemployment goes up and then we could potentially be in a recession. The soft landing is very hard to do, and the Fed has tried to do it in the past without a ton of success. So this is why people are worried that the interest rate might go up too high and then we could potentially be in a recession, which is something that I talked about a lot more in my other videos. So if you haven't seen those, go check them out. So in general, the stock market really does not like interest rate increases. And the reason for that is because high interest rates deter companies from borrowing as much money. And then when they don't borrow as much money, they're likely not to pursue all of the investments and projects that they have available that will allow the company to grow. And when the companies aren't growing as fast, it means that their potential future cash flows are lower, which is going to lower people's expectations and thus the stock price. So with that being said, today the stock market was actually up 0.9% before the news came out about the 50 basis point increase. And then the stocks ended the day down 0.6%. So it was a 1.5% swing after the news came out that happened in the span of 2 to 3 hours. Obviously, that sucks because the stock market was having a good day. Everybody likes seeing their account values go up, and then the Fed comes out with this news, and then so the conclusion of all this is that things are getting really interesting in the economy right now. We're going to have to wait and see whether the Fed is actually able to pull off the soft landing or whether we could end up in a recession. If the soft landing does work, then in the first half of next year, we'll probably see significant improvement with the inflation levels. And also there's probably a high chance the stock market will start recovering at some point in the next calendar year. But if the soft landing doesn't work and we end up in a recession, things could get pretty rough, I would say. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see. There's nothing anybody can really do right now except just stay educated and stay up to date about what's going on, which is one of the reasons I'm making these videos. So if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload my next one, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.